You're sitting in a meeting, listening to people argue about feelings, about branding, about being seen, and you're thinking, just get the job done. You don't say it out loud. You rarely do. You learned early that noise doesn't equal strength. Silence does. You remember letting yourself into an empty house, the sound of the door clicking shut behind you. No one asking how your day was, no one checking if you made it home. Just you, a snack, homework at the kitchen table, and time, so much time. You figured things out because you had to. If you messed up, you paid for it. Right then, no discussion, no negotiation. Consequences were immediate, clear, sharp. You grew up watching adults promise stability, then divorce, promise loyalty, then layoffs, promise safety, then scandals on the evening news. Watergate, Cold War drills, economic crashes. The rules kept shifting, so you stopped trusting the rules. You trusted yourself instead. That's not cynicism. It's pattern recognition. You learn to expect the rug to move, so you stand differently, balanced, ready. You don't overshare, because you remember when privacy was normal, when embarrassment faded, when mistakes didn't live forever online. To you, visibility feels like exposure, and exposure feels dangerous. So you keep things close. You joke, you deflect, you use irony like armor, because if you laugh first, it can't hurt as much. At work, you don't announce your effort. You just handle it. Paper routes before sunrise, counting change in your head, fixing what broke because there was no one else. You don't believe companies will save you, but you believe in being competent, in being the one who knows how to solve it. Because if layoffs come, skill is the only insurance that matters. You won't ask for help easily. You've been solving problems alone since you were 8. But if someone else needs help, you show up. Quietly. No post, no praise, just presence. You respect competence, not titles. You'll follow skill, not ego. Because you've seen what happens when authority is loud and wrong. You graduated into recessions, hit your stride during crashes, watched bubbles burst, more than once. So you diversify, not because you're trendy, because you've learned nothing lasts. And sometimes, you feel caught in between. Too analog for the digital noise, too digital for the analog past. Boomers get blamed, millennials get analyzed, dissected. And you just keep building, holding things together, adapting again and again. Sometimes there's confusion. Why does everything need to be public? Sometimes frustration. Why does experience feel optional now? And sometimes quiet regret. Did you spend so long surviving that you forgot to choose? But here's the truth. Your psychology isn't outdated. It's forged. You were raised in a high-consequence world where actions mattered, where boredom built imagination, where solitude built identity. And this is where everything changes, because the same independence that made you guarded can make you powerful. Discipline was never a trend for you, it was survival. And survival, refined, becomes self-respect. It becomes control. It becomes freedom. You don't need applause to move, validation to act. You don't need the world to notice. But maybe, just maybe, it's time to stop using resilience only to endure, and start using it to define. You've mastered staying steady when the ground shifts. The question is, will you keep bracing for impact, or will you finally decide where the bridge leads next?